Hey, Dutty Coach family, how are you doing? Hope all is well. So, family, over the next few days, as I prepare to celebrate another milestone, I want to share a few lessons life has taught me. Not because I have all the answers, but because sometimes our greatest gift to someone else is our honesty. There is an old African proverbs that say, the axe forgets, but the tree remembers. The one who swings the axe may forget every strike, but the tree remembers every scar. When I first heard that proverbs, I thought it was about other people. Now I realize sometimes I was the one holding the axe against myself because not every expensive lesson costs money. Some lessons cost years. Some lessons cost you your peace. Some cost you your confidence. And some cost you little pieces of yourself that you spend years trying to reclaim. Today, I look back over my life and I realize I sacrificed almost everything for the people I loved. In my marriage, I kept believing that if I loved harder, if I gave more, if I sacrificed a little longer, things would eventually work out. So I gave my time, I gave up my dreams, and I gave up my identity. I gave up my peace. I even gave away my dignity because I thought that was what commitment looked like. In the end, I still lost the marriage. I lose my business and I lose my house. And years later, I am still paying back debts that were created during that season of my life. For a long time, I asked myself, how did I end up here? Today, I understand something different. Sometimes love without wisdom becomes self-sacrifice. The truth is, my story didn't end with my marriage. I carried that same heart into every area of my life. I kept saying yes, not because I needed people to like me, not because I was looking for applause. I genuinely believed helping people was the right thing to do. If someone was struggling, I wanted to help. If someone needed encouragement, I was there. If someone called, I answered. I thought kindness meant always making myself available until life taught me something I wish I had learned much earlier. Generosity without boundaries slowly become self-neglect. As I reflect on who I am, I recognize certain traits in myself. I am naturally caring. I am deeply loyal. I feel things deeply. When I love wholeheartedly. I genuinely want to see people win. Sometimes I give before people even ask. These qualities have blessed my life, but they have also gotten me into trouble because of good heart without healthy boundaries can become an exhausted heart. And I know what that exhaustion feels like. I have had seasons where friends and even relatives would only call when they needed something, rarely to ask, Angie, how you doing? Rarely to check if I was okay. Rarely to see if I needed anything. And when I couldn't help anymore, some quietly disappeared. For a long time, I took that personally. Well, today, I don't. Because people respond to the version of you they have become accustomed to. When you change your boundaries, some relationships naturally change too. And that doesn't always make them bad people, but it does remind you that not every relationship is built to survive every season. No, don't get me wrong. I am still kind. I am still generous. I still have a soft heart. But if you know me, you also know something else about me. I am not afraid to speak my mind. Sometimes I am a little bit too feisty or feisty, as they would say in Jamaica. Sometimes I am a little bit too fiery. Sometimes the mouth not have no filter. Sometimes the truth come out exactly how me see it. That is not how me they want to say it, but that's how it come out. Not because I want to hurt anybody, but because honesty has always mattered to me. And yes, there are times when I become cool. Not because I stop caring, but because life has taught me that constantly pouring from an empty vessel usually leave you with nothing to give. And as I sit here today, just 3 days from another birthday, I am realizing something. God never asked me to give away myself. He asked me to love. He asked me to serve. And he asked me to be kind. But he never said to abandon the woman he created me to be. Maybe that's the lesson this season has been trying to teach me all along. And you know the road code already with life lessons. The longer you take to learn it, the longer the teacher stay and teach the lesson. Maybe this lesson has been teaching me that loving others and loving yourself are not opposite. They are partners. Because when you finally learn to value your own peace, you stop apologizing for protecting it. So, if you are listening to me now, and you are anything like me, if you have spent years giving, fixing, rescuing, sacrificing, I want to remind you of something. You deserve the same kind of kindness that you have been giving everyone else. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. Resting isn't selfish. Saying no is not being selfish. And choosing yourself is certainly not being selfish. Sometimes it's the healthiest thing you will ever do. And so, I just want to leave you with this little thought. I don't regret being kind. I regret believing kindness required me to abandon myself. So, guys, once again, I thank you for sitting with me on this Dutty couch. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next conversation that I will have with you leading up to the big day, because this journey is just the beginning.